So yes, during the summer, most of us would rather spend our entire summer here. It's just so peaceful. But the truth of the matter is, most of us end up spending our entire summer, or at least a portion of our summer, doing summer camps. And let's be real, after children have had an entire year of teaching and learning, they just want to have fun.
Kids just want to have fun. Oh, kids just want to have fun.
So we need to make summer camps as fun as possible. So today I'm going to help you with that by giving you 10 really fun summer camp youth games. Hey fun people! Welcome back to Everything Aja. If you're new here, hi, my name is Aja. Welcome. Here on Everything Aja, I help parents and teachers make learning as fun and engaging as possible. And I do this through really fun games and, of course, really educational teaching tips. So if this sounds like you, then go ahead and like this video, subscribe down below, and make sure you click that bell notification so you can get notified each and every time I upload a new video on Tuesdays. And I always like to throw in an extra bonus video on Thursdays, so you have to have your notification bell on. Alright, so today I'm going to help you spice up your summer by giving you 10 really fun summer camp games for kids. So let's get started. You know what? Before we get started, I actually want to throw in one more game. So I'm going to give you 11 really fun summer camp games. So you have to stick around all the way until the end to see what my bonus game is for today. So let's get started. Game number 1, we have Summer Charades. And this game is a free game. All you do is download it. I have the link below in the description. With Summer Charades, you would simply display the screen. Everything you need is on one screen. So if you have a projector or some kind of TV that you can display it, that would be perfect. You just want to make sure that all the kids can see the actual game. Then you're going to divide all the kids into different teams. During each team's turn, they will have 60 seconds to try to figure out how many pieces they can get knocked off the board. Now, once that timer begins, that one person that you selected will go ahead and start acting out one of the pieces on the board. Of course, everybody knows that whatever they just acted is on the board. I strategically put things that look really similar. Anyways, once the team thinks they know, they have to collaborate with one another, and they're only allowed to share one answer. If they get the answer wrong, all the other teams get a point. If they get the answer right, then they get a point, and then it's the next team's turn. If you're playing this game on a board or even on Zoom, you can always use the annotate button or a dry erase marker to put an X on the spaces that have already been revealed. Of course, whoever has the most points wins. If you want this free Summer Charades game, I have the link down below in the comments and also the description. Now, since we already have the boards kind of already out, let's just jump into game number 2, and game number 2 is Jeopardy. With Jeopardy, you'll once again display the board on the screen or projector, whatever you guys have, TV, doesn't matter. During each team's turn, they will simply select a category and a number of points. Then they are given a statement. They have to figure out that statement by forming a question that would then answer that statement. If they get it correct, then you'll click the plus and they gain that many points. If they get it incorrect, then you click the red minus sign and they lose that many points. Once the entire game board has been called, you will see which team had the most points and that team is the winner. Number 3 is one of my games that I featured in this video, and it was so much fun, so we had to do it again. And what you would do is go ahead and space everybody out. Each person will need 2 buckets. On the opposite side of each player will be a bucket that you will go ahead and put tape across. Make sure it's fair and you have the tape at the exact same spot on each bucket. This way everybody has the same mark that they're trying to reach. Then on the same side as each player, you will have another bucket filled with water. Remember, we're not sharing objects, but each person will have their very own styrofoam cup, and they will start off with the bucket that is filled with water. The object of this game is to simply be the first person to fill the empty bucket of water past the tape line. Everybody get set, go! And that person wins, and they get to do a victory dance. For our next game, make sure everybody has a paper and pencil, and we're gonna play Summer Break. With Summer Break, what you will do is allow every single person to write the word Summer Break at the top of their paper, and then you are gonna set a 2-minute timer. During those 2 minutes, all the kids will have to figure out how many new words they can make using the letters out of Summer Break. When the timer goes off, you'll have all the kids count up how many new words they created with the letters of Summer Break. Whoever created the most words would win. It was called Flip, and for this game, you will simply need just a water bottle and something small to eat. So each person can have their own piece of candy or whatever it is that that person wants to eat. We ate cereal. Each person has their own water bottle, and they will drink about 2/3 of the water out of the bottle. This way it's easier to flip. And the object of this game is to be the first person to simply flip the bottle and eat the piece of candy or cereal. This next game is called the Cheerio Challenge, and you can also do this game with marshmallows, and you can call it the Marshmallow Challenge, but we use Cheerios. Each person will need 30 Cheerios, a straw, and a cup, and you can also use a paper plate or napkin, something to put the Cheerios on so you're not putting them on a dirty surface. We use the napkin and we sanitize the table, okay? Once everybody is spaced out 6 feet apart and they have their materials in front of them, when you say go, each person will take the straw, they will suck a Cheerio and put it in the cup. The object of this game is to be the first player to get all 30 Cheerios in the cup. This next game is called the Air Dribble Hop Challenge. And yeah, I think I made up the word air dribble. Each person will need a ball and something to mark their ending point. So for us, we use cones. You will once again spread everybody out 6 feet apart, and each person will have a ball in their hand. Air dribbling is when you take a ball in your hand, and instead of dribbling it towards the ground, you're going to dribble it towards the sky, and the hopping part is you have to be on one foot. And the object of this game is to simply air dribble on one foot all the way around to your cone and back again. The first player to get to their cone and back wins. Called Marco Polos out of the water, and all you need is a bandana or blindfold, and you will blindfold one person. Everybody else will kind of gather around that person and they're able to run. Now the blindfolded person's object is to tap one other person, and then they become the new Marco Polo. While that person is blindfolded, they can only yell Marco, and every time they yell Marco, everybody else has to yell Polo, and that person then knows where everybody is and they get to run. Now, do the Polo people get to run? Absolutely. Everybody's running around trying to not get caught while one person's blindfolded yelling Marco, and everybody's yelling Polo and running.
What's up? Polo! Ah, she got me! Oh, goodness. All right, that's it.
It makes for a really fun outdoor game. If you're seeing a game that you're like, oh yeah, we have to play that in our summer camp, let me know down below in the comments which one of these games are you dying to play. Alright, let's keep the fun going. Our next game is Jousting. Yes, Jousting. Only without the swords. Instead of swords, get pool noodles. Okay, let me get focused. Alright, with this, you will divide up everybody into 2 teams. Each team will choose one player to represent for their team. That person will grab a pool noodle. Then everybody can head outside, pop some popcorn, and watch a good fight. With Jousting, the object of this game is to be the player or team to get the most points in 60 seconds. During those 60 seconds, each player's entire object is to hit the other player as many times as possible below the shoulders. Now it sounds like you're gonna be next to each other playing this game, but you're not. Each pool noodle is fairly long, and playing the game, each player actually is 6 feet apart from one another, and when they're making contact, it's only the pool noodle making contact and not your body. This next game is called Don't Get Wet. everybody will need to take off their shoes and socks because we don't want soaky feet, okay? And one person will sit out from playing the game, and they will be the person trying to get everyone wet. Now, the rules of this game is you can't aim the water anywhere above the knee. This way we kept it fair. We don't want anybody to get wet in their face. You guys know the deal. She is trying to get everybody's feet. So what she's gonna do is take the hose and go backwards and forwards, spraying the hose. And then we will jump over the water, trying not to get wet. Now this game is also each man for himself. And with this game, everybody will start by holding up 10 fingers. Each time their toes get wet, they have to put down a finger. The first person that gets to 0 loses, and then everybody else that is still in the game wins. We had a ball playing this game, y'all.
You ready?
Oh, yeah.
Really fun games. So the fun has not stopped. We are still going. If you remember, I'm giving you a bonus game. But before that, don't forget to let me know down below in the comments which one of these games are you going to play. I can't wait. I love reading you all's comments. All right, so our bonus game is red light, green light, dodgeball. I know what you're thinking. How do you play red light, green light, dodgeball? Well, let's find out. I'm sure you remember red light, green light. If not, let's go ahead and break it down. So you will choose one person to be the caller. They will be on one side of your backyard or wherever it is that you're hosting this event. The other players will be on the other side of the field. All players will get in a horizontal line and face the caller. The caller will face away from the players and yell,
Green light.
and at that time, all players may walk towards the caller. When the caller yells, red light, all players must stop. Now, in a normal game of red light, green light, the caller would turn around and see who's moving. But in the red light, green light dodgeball version, the caller must throw a ball towards all the players without looking. This means they can toss the ball over their head, they can quickly toss the ball across their shoulders. However it is that they have to toss the ball, they are trying to hit a player. After they toss the ball, then they can turn around and they get to spot out if a person was hit by the ball, or if a person tried to duck away from the ball, or if a person is still moving from them yelling red light. And if the caller picks out any player that moved, they have to go all the way back to the beginning and start all over again. And the caller will continue to call out red light, green light, and throw the dodgeball until one player touches the caller, and then that person becomes the new caller, and a new game of red light, green light dodgeball begins. Now, the summer fun doesn't stop there. If you're looking for even more games to play with children